Hey everybody, it's Dana Shea Williams with blogyourwaytowealth.com, and I wanted to take a moment to talk about this really great book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This book was introduced to me several years ago before I even got involved in the online money making industry, whatever you want to call it, MLM business. Before I got involved in that, this book was introduced to me, and I'm so grateful for whoever told me about this book, because this book has really helped me to be able to change my mindset and begin to be in a position to be successful in this industry. Now, one of the things that I'm just going to point out really quickly is there is a vast difference between the employee mentality and the business owner's mentality. Think about it. If you've been working a 9 to 5 for the last 15 or 20 years, you are used to having someone tell you what to do, telling you when you can come and go, telling you when you can take a break, when you can take vacation. You're used to someone telling you your value and how much money they think you're worth. And so when you leave that and you begin to have your own business, then you get to make all those decisions. And for some people, it can be very scary at first. It can be very scary to now be in charge of everything yourself, not to have somebody tell you you have to be on the phone for 8 hours. I mean, if you want to work 8 hours, you can. If you only want to work 2, then you can. And so some people actually fall because it's too much freedom too soon. Some people also don't know how to structure their time. They don't know how to develop discipline in their business, and so they also fall. But the thing that I want to talk to you guys today about is the obstacles, the mindset obstacles that many of us need to overcome in order to be successful in this industry. You know, there are a lot of people who you might see YouTube videos or you might kind of be following them, and they appear to be very successful. But really, in all actuality, they have gone through some of these obstacles. Hopefully, they've been able to overcome them. And so what I want to talk to you guys today about is these obstacles that you're going to need to overcome if you're to be successful in the industry. And the 5 obstacles are fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance. I don't know if you can relate to any of those. I know when I saw the list a few years ago, I could relate to pretty much all of them. First of all, fear. You know, a lot of us are afraid of failure. We're afraid of failure. We don't want to make a mistake. We don't want people to look at us like, oh, she's so stupid. Why is she doing that? We're afraid of what other people might say. We're afraid of success. I don't know if that applies to anyone else, but that applied to me. I wasn't really afraid so much of failing in the industry as much as I was afraid of what's going to happen if I actually succeed. What's going to happen when I start making more money than I've ever made before? What's going to happen when my influence level goes way up? What's going to happen when I have a team of people that I now have to lead? That was a scary thought to me. So it's fear. The second is cynicism. How many times have you talked to somebody about your business and they just kind of, blown you off like, yeah, okay, whatever? That's called cynicism. And maybe you yourself had that, or maybe you still battle with that. Maybe you've thrown a few $100s at your MLM company and you're like, yeah, this isn't going to work. I know it's not going to work. Well, that is the spirit of cynicism. And you have to learn how to let that go, because you're never going to be able to be successful in this industry if you don't think it's going to work. I mean, think about it. Are you going to give 100% to anything that you really in your mind don't think is going to work? Of course not. So you need to get rid of that cynicism, get rid of the fear. The third thing is laziness. Now, let me just be really honest with you. If I could have my way, I would be chilling on the beach somewhere for 10 hours a day, drinking some sort of tropical fruity drink out of a coconut, relaxing. I mean, that is like my idea of life, paradise, right? And so I struggle with laziness. Not to the point that I would just lay around all day, but to the point where, if I do a video today, good. If I do a blog post today, fine. If I advertise today, okay. And so I really had to get over that laziness. I really had to begin to structure my time, because remember, I don't have somebody telling me that I have to work 8 hours a day. It's really all me. So I had to get over that laziness, that obstacle of laziness, and begin to make a plan, a definitive plan, and follow through with that plan every single day. Bad habits. Are you spending time watching TV when you know that you should be marketing? Are you spending time on the phone with your girlfriend or with, whoever? Are you spending too much time on Facebook? This used to be hilarious, because I get on Facebook to advertise, and then like 2 hours would go by and I hadn't advertised at all. I'd been looking at my news feed and all this other stuff. So getting distracted, having bad habits, not doing what you said that you're going to do, starting things and not finishing them. Those are all sorts of bad habits that you're going to have to deal with if you're going to be successful. And the last is arrogance. Now, let me tell you a funny story. I had a guy who joined my team a few years ago, not years ago, he joined my team a few months ago, and he was really well versed in the internet marketing industry. And, he knew pretty much every big name out there that there was. And I'm thinking, why would he want to join my team? He could join, whoever's team. But for whatever reason, he was drawn to me and he joined my team. And so we talked on the phone a few times, and I was kind of giving him tips and trying to kind of help him out a little bit. But he kind of had this attitude of, I already got that, I already know how to do that. And we laughed about it because he ended up calling me a few weeks ago and he said, I just had to come to the understanding that I don't know anything. And that's such a great place to be, because it doesn't matter really who you are. You could be a surgeon watching me right now. You could be a lawyer. You could be whoever. But you are new, most likely, in the internet marketing industry, or maybe you've been doing this for a while, but there's things that you still don't know. So you always need to have an attitude of humility. You always need to have the attitude of, I don't know everything, so let me be quiet and let me learn and let me listen. And let me tell you something, that when you have that attitude, you begin to have not only knowledge, but you really begin to have wisdom. That's when your influence begins to rise and people want to follow you, because you're not a know-it-all, because you've exemplified that there is always something that we all have to learn. So those five obstacles: fear, cynicism, bad habits, laziness, and arrogance. If you can get rid of those 5 obstacles, you will be on your way very soon to having success in your MLM business. I want to invite you to visit my website, which is blogyourwaytowealth.com. And if you are looking for a place to kind of get your feet wet, if you're looking for a place to maybe help you in your MLM industry, I want to invite you to go to keepallyourcash.com. I've got a wonderful program that I really think will be a big blessing to you as you begin to grow your business. So I will see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.